charts, man, honestly, because you have that history, bro. And it's funny you say that exact thing, right? Like I wanted to really, focus on a different way of trading. I wanted to say this week or just in general where I want to look for bigger swings, right? 4 hour daily charts. I want to swing for like days, man. I'm so tired of not being able to hold a fucking trade for more than a day or two, and I panic and I take profits too quick, and then I come back, hours or days later, and it's like would have performed over 3, 4, 500%, right? Like so, there's just certain things that I'm looking at, man. And again, if you can find, just look to your left, you'll see, bro, like where everything is at, man. Like you will really see where a lot of, like, just like you said right here, right? The point of that pivot of it, rejecting right there. You put your trend line and look, it was a nice support right here, right? One, two, we had like about 3, 4 nice touches exactly on that trend line, which it happened to exactly, reject here, which, you have a double whammy going right now. You have your resistance line, which showed us previously or historically that it did reject, and then we had a wedge going on, or rising wedge, I believe, right? Where it's still in formation, right? It's still in wedge formation. Let me change this one so I know that it's the wedge.
I've also been using the fibs on the 1 hour
Mhm.
and the 24 minute from top to bottom and then bottom to top. And it's kind of like fucking mind blowing, man. Like you see, like where if you want to get into like a play or whatever,
Mhm.
and like you already think like, oh, I missed out, damn, whatever. But if you're putting that fib, you
Yeah.
can check where the retracement's going to be, and if there's like still upward momentum, you can go in then.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. And that's what I like about, even indicators, right? Like I've started to notice too with indicators, right? Like a lot of these traders don't use indicators, and that's fine, right? Everybody to each his own, but there's some traders that I see or trades like this, right? Where, hold on, let me see. I can do something like this. So let's say they were to put the entry on a long like that, right? Right under it, and whatever the stop loss. And again, great R&Rs and things like that, but I also see that they tend to miss out on a trade that they almost calculated perfectly, man, because it didn't come down, right? And that to me, like I've had setups like that. I've had my limit longs where I'm like, all right, I want it to come down here. And again, I've seen it do exactly that where it just misses my fucking entry. And then I'm just staring at the play, performing for the next few hours, wishing I got on when, sometimes you look down on your indicators and they kind of just show you that that run just started, right? Like yeah, it might have missed your entry by a dollar or two, but it's showing that it's might have a nice little long way, and that would probably give you a second confirmation that yeah, you can still get in that trade. You know what I mean? But yeah, everybody's
Yeah.
different. I've noticed that, and I've seen a lot of traders do this. They got their setups, and again, it looks great, man, and just misses it by fucking pennies sometimes, dude. But then
You,
they'll be like, all
you know
right,
what else?
yeah,
Sorry, I
no,
didn't
no,
mean to
no, go
cut
ahead.
you off. You know what else I noticed too is if I mean I don't know if you guys are down with the like Heikenaushi candles and stuff, but
Yeah,
sometimes I'll switch from the like regular candles to the Heikenaushi to
yeah,
or Heiken candles,
yeah.
and then it'll show me divergence um before like it shows it on the regular candles. So I kind of like have like a pre-game like setup where I'm like, okay, I'm seeing the divergence right now on the Heikenaushi candles. As soon as it prints it on the regular candles, I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, man. And dude, you know who uses this too? What's his name? Audrius, bro. Audrius, man. One day was like really talking to us about how he uses Hikanachi, man. And I think he was getting really, really good entries. The only thing I've heard about this is that isn't there some kind of delay on it as far as I want to say, is it price? Exactly price? Let me see if once I hit the bars again to see how it looks. Candle. Damn it, moved it. They were saying something about that. The price is like I don't know if it's different or delayed because it's Hikanachi, some shit like that, man. But it's effective though. No, I do know a lot of people that use it, man. And if for some reason they say it shows you really good on trend, like I want to see. Let me see if I can
And then
identify the trend.
it helps you too. To, like let's say you're in one and you start freaking out, like you're like, oh my god, it's gone the other way. But if you switch over to the Heikenaushi candles, you're like, okay, wait, I'm still good because the trend is still up or
I,
down,
I
whichever
do
one
I
you're in.
do love that, right? Yeah, you're right about that. Like I do love that when it's in a downtrend, it will just show you all little red candles, right? And that way you kind of almost know that you're still on that downtrend. right? And then when it
Yeah.
switches, boom, all light, right? Down. I mean, it's damn, dude, it is dope though. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to see how it looks with trends, with trend line breaks. Something like this. See, they already caught it before, right? Okay, so that would have been an earlier entry on that. Even right here, right? You have a nice trend line right here. Caught it. It already did it. Turn red before it happened. It's just that, right? You can't really use it, I want to say, for every time it turns red, to go in, because obviously you'll
Hmm.
have like little ones like this where it just, it didn't really move much. You didn't really gain any, momentum here, and then it kind of pushed up. I mean, if you kind of held a little longer, then you would have got something. I mean, it just takes time. I think it's just this is one of those things. I think just like candlestick patterns, right? Where it takes time, with your eyes to train it to really see these things for what they are. And again, I've heard nothing but good things about Haikanachi. So I would never hate on that shit, man. Like if you can use Haikanachi and understand it and see it good, then use it, right? Like I'm seeing the trends right here is nice. Broke right there, boom. Shit, looks good, man. Yeah, definitely something to try out, guys, man. Again, and even, dude, I was doing a class with somebody that was pretty much brand new to fucking trading. Was the other day, dude, and I had to bring it back to square one, right? Where I was like, talking to him about line graphs and shit like that, and dude, I was showing him that even on line graphs, man, you can still catch your fucking trends, right? You can still catch your double tops and things like that, right? Like if anything, it just, it looks cleaner, if anything, right? Like lower highs, trend breaks, short it, right? Um, and you'll see patterns, man. You'll definitely see patterns. Like we had a double top right here, boom, boom, almost exact, came down, so that formed. Like it's all on what you can really train your eye. That's why when it comes to even indicators, man. Like I've always looked at ones that not only show me what I am looking for, right? Because again, I'm a trend trader slash momentum trader, so those are the indicators that I specialize in. But I would still I would look at just ones that really catch my eye, man. Like ones that aren't too noisy. Like what was it? Even with the cloud, dude. I remember when I first got introduced to the hike. What is it? The H Cloud, right? The one that Brian uses, dude. I couldn't use that shit for anything, bro. Every time I used to see it, my eyes used to hurt, man. I shit you not. Until I started seeing how effectively Brian started using it. Then he's like, all right, well, look, and it started making sense, right? And I think there's a few things on there that's the beauty with these indicators that a lot of times when they are too noisy and shit like that, you just go to the setting, man. Turn off the things that makes too much noise. Trying to clean it up as much as you can, and I guess so you can be able to really see it clearly. But yeah, definitely never have too much things on your screen, man. Like I've read that in every book that I've read about trading, in every video that I've really looked at trading. Like they specialize. They're like, dude, do not cloud your judgment, right? Like, do not overdo it. Do not cloud it because it will throw you off your train of thought. It will derail you from your TA. And I've seen that shit happen many times. It happened to me sometimes, right? Where I have just too many things, man, and it looks like a nightmare, bro. Like it really does. Like when you have everything on, as helpful as they are, right? Like as helpful as everything, all these tools are super helpful when it comes to trading. They're there for a reason. But when you have shit like this, you can't see this, man. I can't trade this. I have no clue what this thing is doing. Even if I'm zooming out all the way, right? Like, look at this shit. It's just not something you want to trade, man. So always do that, guys. Always try to have it, your screens as clear as possible. Especially I say that when you're doing TA, man. When I do my TA at the beginning of every chart, man, like I like to make sure my charts are nice and clean. You know how many times I've erased, Bitcoin especially, man. Like I've erased this chart more than a fucking thousand times, man, and drawn it over. And again, it's one is because all the classes and things that we do and things like that, right? So I always want to show you guys a nice clean chart, but at the same time, it's practice, right? To me, it's practice, man. Like I can guarantee you that I'll erase this whole chart right now. And mind you, this is our class one, so I don't want to erase it. But I can erase this whole chart and I can come back and I can draw you these levels because I see them, right? I know this is our universal, resistance right now where we're looking at it, right? We're looking at it for it to be a possible breakout. Um, for our Bitcoin to really hit those 30Ks, man, and really get back up to the playing field, like, we've been saying over and over in all our Sunday preps, right? Like, we've been saying that if we get back to 30K, everything changes. There's no more, oh shit, we're still in the bear market, and no, dude, things change, and they're already showing those colors, man. Like, we're still above 20K. Um, After coming as low as 16, right? Like, we made our way back up. We have, of course, we're gonna have sell-offs, man. Like, don't think that as soon as you see these big ass red candles that it's like, oh shit, guys, no, that's it, we're going back down to 12K, because that's the first thing I see every time. I see a few red candles like this. Everybody's like, all right, that's it, we're going back down to 10, 15. And it's like, no, dude, those are sell-offs, man. You gotta have, in every consolidation point that it runs up to, there's a wall, right? It has to hit a wall. Runs up here, hits that wall. Mind you, it ran up the first time here. It hit that wall, went sideways for hours. And this is a 4 hour candle, man. Actually, for days, right? And it kept rejecting at that wall until it finally broke. And we had sell-offs, right? They had from 21,665 to what is it, 23. So that's almost 1,000% drop right there, 1,000 point drop, excuse me. So we're gonna have those, right? Like, we've had it a few times up here. We've had this big ass run, reject right off the back, bring us down to here, right? Reject second time, right? From 23.9 all the way back down to 22.5. But what happened? We recovered, ran right back up, tried it again and again, but we keep getting pushed down, right? So again, we're still in good standings, man. Right now, in overall, and I haven't been saying this, right? Every time I say I do these classes, I'm like, all right, well, I'm pretty neutral for the week. I'm fucking bullish, man. I'm pretty fucking bullish, bro. The fact that we're still up here after all of this run, we're already, I want to say, changing the trend, right? The trend was always run up, boom, have a huge fucking drop, right? And we've seen it all year, right? We're not seeing that right now. We're not seeing that. We're seeing nice run ups. We're seeing, again, the consolidation, right? We're still gonna have a nice little battle, in this little square area, right, of what, 24, 25, and 22 before we make an initial move. So as of right now, I am pretty bullish. When will we hit the 25? I never put a date on that shit, man. It could be this week, it could be next week, it could be the following, right? For all we know, we can do this for the next 2 weeks, and then move either rapidly up or down, But as of right now, as long as we hold this demand zone, which we've held, let's see, where's the date? Where's the date? Where's the
I think a lot of people focus on the lower time frames too. I think that's why, like how you're saying, you're bullish because you're looking at like the bigger picture and stuff like that, like the higher time frames, maybe the daily, the weekly, and stuff.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people, they just like stick to the 5 minute and then like they don't like do their top down analysis. I mean, I know when I first started too, like I was kind of like, how the hell do I do this? But like it takes time,
It
like
does. It
I
does.
didn't, I couldn't grasp it. I was just like, why are the higher time frames more relevant? I'm like, oh, okay, because there's more confluence in there and stuff like that. They're just better, like the higher time frames show you the bigger picture.
Brother, I love that you said that, man. You're absolutely right, man. Even when I was first started, bro, that I only used the 5 and the 15, or the 5 and the 3, I couldn't, I would look at the bigger picture or try to look at it, and I couldn't see it, man. I shit you not, I could not see it at the beginning, bro. I'm like, damn, dude, why do people even trade these big time frames? When I tell you that me and Twisted Churro used to be part of this one Discord where we first met, and one of the guys that really, I learned a lot from trading. He was a 4 hour fucking guru, man. And he used to put out trades that I used to get on, right? And it was options. And I'm like, damn, dude, this trade is doing bad, bro. I'm like, what the fuck? Because again, he's looking at it at the 4 hour, and I've done that mistake, right? Like looking at a bigger time frame, even the hour, jumping on it, it might look good on the hour, but then on the 5 minute, it might be, overbought. So give it that time to be oversold, so you can really, again, the smaller time frames are great for entries, man. I really do love them for real clean, keen entries. But these bigger time frames, man, they're showing me more and more every year that I trade that they make you more patient, right? They don't, get you all crazy and wild with and it's fun in games at the beginning, right? Like guys, look at my numbers, man. Any of you that really know me trading from day one, dude, all I did at the beginning was high leverage, risky fucking trades, like right, like these crazy trades, man, that were super super risky. But now that I'm getting older, right now that I have a few years under my belt, now I'm seeing that safer is the best way to go. It was fun to make those 200 and 300%, 50x or 100x trades, but then it sucked to lose them. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to see that even on 20x and 10x that I'm starting to trade now, right? Like again, the trades might not be as frequent, but my port is getting better because now I'm a little more confident in myself. So I'm placing more money into a trade and I'm using less leverage, which means that if I get a drop like this on 10x, I don't have to panic, right? And be like, oh my God, there goes my motherfucking port. That's over 100%. I lost it all. you know, but this on the 50x, ooh, ooh, this on the 50x is almost, I want to say anywhere. Watch, without even measuring, I want to say anywhere from 3 to 500%, right? Hold on,
I
three.
totally agree with what you said too, with the the
Four
higher
hundred
time
percent.
frames,
Yeah.
like for the overall, and then like the 15 and the 5 minute, like for the entries, like those are like perfect.
Yeah, man. Hell yeah. I want to get to a point, Skimmy, where I can find something dope like this on the 4 hour, right? Okay, guys, look, we got a nice, nasty rejection on the 4 hour, clearly showing that, rejected. Boom, switching over to even a 1 minute, bro. And really like, but I've noticed that to do that, right? It's good to, hold on, I'm trying to get this shit out the way. It's good to have your lines first, right? Like, let's say if
Yeah,
you're having a downtrend right here, right? On this one, this 4 hour, put it as close to the body as I can, get as many touches as I can, right? Right? So there's a clear 4 hour downturn, right? I want to be able to go on a 1 minute like this, and of course it's gonna take bigger time to actually show everything, but and then of course you want to tighten it up, right? Because that's the thing with the 4 hour, right? Or any bigger time frame is always gonna get right where the body was. But right, once you tighten everything up, like this is the breakout I want to see on the 1 minute, right? Like I want to see it actually go over. Like it's showing me right here that it kind of tried, right? Didn't, fell. So now I want to use that 1 minute to know exactly when that breaks out. You know what I mean? Like if I'm already looking for a 4 hour breakout, right? Why not switch to 1 minute? Put your alert that once it does hit that 1 minute, boom, you get a fucking crisp 1 minute entry, right? Instead of waiting on, mind you, a 4 hour candle, that shit could end up here already, right? Or it could end up here in one candle. And you're waiting a whole 4 hours for it to close. So why not try the 1 minute, man? I'm telling you, the 1 minute it's really keen, but it's risky, man, and it just takes time to perfect, man. I've seen guys get some massive, massive gains, with looking at bigger time frames, but they all find that, some favor the 1 minute, some favor the three, I favor the five. They all look at that. And then that's one thing that I'm noticing that every good trader, if they do look at a bigger time frame to make their trade, 4 hour daily, whatever, hour, 30 minute, they are looking at one of these three right here, man, for entry. And if I'm seeing every trader do that, then that's it has to be something that we all got to be able to add to our arsenal, right? Like the more we grow as traders, the better we get, the more things we add on. Then definitely try that. Try looking at a bigger time frame for your overall bigger picture. Find your trend or whatever you're looking for, right? And then really scale down to a smaller time frame and see how you can, get that nice clutch entry, man. Bam, there goes our bearish channel on the 4 hour right there, right? Touch, touch, almost touch, touch, and on the bottom. So yeah, man. Again, I'm pretty bullish, man. I'm looking to see if look right, like we just spotted this 4 hour channel on BTC. It continues to ride down. I want to say there's a nice support, not even here, right? I want to actually bring this up a little bit, but I want to say there's oh look, I had it here already. There's a strong support here, and I'm really starting to see one about here, right? Look right here, you had a clean cut, boom, reversal, right? Came here, the body closed right there, that body there, reversed, right? So this is a pretty clean support right here. Body of closed above, body closed above. The wicks hit both right there. Yeah, I like this one, man. I'm gonna keep this little support right here. So again, look, right? Like I want to see it lower, right? If we can, the lower the better. But again, just like I have this one, guys. I still have that alert waiting, man. A good breakout would be from this one too. But look, we already had two pokes, right? We had two pokage come out. You know, your volatility pushing all the way to 24, almost 5, right? Was it 24.5? Yeah. No, 24, almost 3. So we already had the pokage once or twice, right? But look, it's showing us that, even though I'm looking at this, and this is just me shooting for the fucking stars, right? With this up here, but we still have this, we have a wall here now. So this is another now, something for us to look at this week where if we come back up, we're already starting to see that we had one, two, three real good reversals, right? Pushed down every time it came to this painted supply zone, right? So either one, if we do happen to run out of here, which again it would be a beauty, right? A nice little breakout from a bearish channel, running up. But look for that, rejection, man. Look for a nice little rejection, unless we maybe get some really good news, unless we see SPY, which we're gonna check in a little bit, really pushing up this week. Then box consolidation is fine. That's nothing wrong with that, man. We can play the short on this any day. We can play the long on this any day. As long as we're playing these things right, profits are profits. We don't care where Bitcoin goes as long as it's giving us money. Um, but again, I think a lot of this, and like I show you guys every time, right? Like, we've been looking at SPY for days, and we don't even play SPY, right? Like, I know a lot of us are mainly crypto, but we got the breakout, guys. Like, look at this shit. We
Hey
got the
Kenny,
breakout.
sorry to cut you off, but could
What's up?
you look at LTC really quick on the 4 hour?
Got you, boo. Got you, got you.
And then
LTC.
I entered a little trade a while ago. I'm up 20% on it right now, and I just want to know if I should consider maybe pulling out a little early.
Okay, let me check it right. LTC. All right, give me your entry, stop loss, and position that you're in, long or short.
All right, I'm shorting. My entry was 96.95,
Uh,
and my stop loss is 98, I believe. And I was trying to look for the TP around 95. I started on the 4 hour, and then I switched to the 2 hour, and then I switched to the 1 hour, but I couldn't really chart it too well because I don't have trading view anymore. And then I switched to the 15-minute and the 5 minute.
well, the hour's looking like we had a nice rejection off your trend line. If you got in earlier and it played out, right, and then it came back, it had a beautiful rejection right off your entry. So that's really good for you right now. What was your price target? 95. It hit 95 though, right? So you
Uh,
take.
no, I just entered
Oh, you
a little
just
while
entered.
ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, all right. So then,
like well,
oh, so you
what's
caught
the
the tip
time
of
on
this
this? At
reversal
like
right now.
yeah,
Damn,
at
nice.
5:30 would have been my entry.
Okay, and this was the five
So
and a half
like
hour. Yeah, this was
on the
the.
5 minute, it goes sideways a tiny bit right
Mhm.
before the line. That's where I entered.
Nice, nice, nice. That's a good entry, brother, man. Not gonna lie. Really nice entry. Rejection, boom. Once, twice, three times it rejected, and the entry was clutch. Beautiful. Now you have a little bit of support here to watch, right, for a reversal. Um, and then your target point is 95. I mean, I would definitely take this as a TP number one, if you can get it. 95, 98, just to trim something off, set stop loss. Even now, I think right now it's actually a pretty good trimming point,
Yeah,
right?
I'm up just above 20% right now. So
Okay. Well, look, it's starting to come down a little bit. Yeah, if you can get this to break, right? If we can get it to break one out again, you know me, man. Like if this person would have been my TP number one right here. Um, trimming something right now, 20, 30%, just like you said right now, which would be clutch, and again, it's something, right? Not everything. Stop loss at entry. That way you're secure. That way, look, you can forget all about this fucking stop loss because you already won,
yeah,
right? And if it keeps going, then shit, man, your other half is gonna print. Next resistance or support level about I want to say right here, right? That's TP number 2, 3. I want to say 4. And even if let's say I'm putting these two close, I'll give you some space like there, about there, right? So that one's number 2, 3. Number four. So something like this, brother. Again, it just because it's look, I mean, like it's having nice runs as far as when it's running green, right? When it's running red, it's running fucking red. Um, so you have that advantage right now going for you really well, right? Especially after that nice little leg up and it boom, it just dropped. So it's a beauty. Like it's running right now beautifully, man. I'm not gonna lie, like really good. Nice little trend break. There was a trend break, right? So you got a downtrend. You're in a downtrend right now. Let's look at indicator. Look, MACD. MACD's in a downtrend, and it crossed right around your entry, which is crazy, right? That's dope. But yeah, dude. I mean, your entry was beautiful, man. Can't fucking lie, man. Like
Should I
beautiful.
stop loss at entry right now?
Yeah, yeah, I would trim something, man. Again, just to take something, right? You never know. You might get because look, we had a bounce once, twice there, right? If the and even though the market is like a little half and half, right? I want to say red, half green, half red. So either one's will print today, until I guess we get a really big move from Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever it decides to do. So you're in an advantage that you're on a red coin, right? It's already red for the day. So wait till that TP, man. Look, it's looking like it might just hit it. Wait till at least 95.98. See if you can get that. If you see that it has a lot of trouble around that and it does not break, brother, then yeah, trim a good portion, man. But yeah, give it a little bit. Look, see it's starting to still come down. Don't trim yet. Wait till you get that first CP. If you hit that, trim something. Stop loss at entry. Like I said, that way you can just completely forget about that fucking stop loss. And you can even look at another trade if you want to, right? You don't have to, but that's the beauty of doing that, man. That once you are profitable in a trade, like it's you got what you wanted, right? You wanted a drop and you caught it at the fucking pinnacle at the tip. That would be happy with this, man. I would be really happy with this trade. See, look how it's starting to fucking come up already, right near that fucking TP1. Like I said, you have a little bit of demand zone. I want to say now, if we can hold there like that. So it's at the demand as we speak. Yeah, yeah, you see.
Should I trim
I
like
do 50%, do 50%.
50?
Yeah. Try 50 only
Okay.
because again it can easily reverse from here, right? Because it has, support here. Um, but you got momentum going for you, 50% here would be a good trim. If you really feel confident as far as that you would close it all, then I would do a 75% trim here and leave that last 25. Don't look at that shit for like another hour or two, see where it's at. But definitely put that stop loss at entry, man, because if it does want to start bouncing from here and start coming back up to, what it's been doing, I think all month and all week, then it can easily pick up, right? Like we do have a nice little demand here. But
Yeah,
shit,
I
dude, congratulations, man. That's a
trim 50.
beautiful entry, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at that shit.
Thank
Like,
you.
yeah, dude,
I
it's a
uh I talked about it in the chat I think a few hours ago.
yeah,
Just because
that was the one. I was driving, man. I wanted to come check that out.
yeah,
Shit. My apologies. But I
no,
mean,
it's all right.
yeah.
I just looked at the 4 hour and I saw it was kind of like in an uptrend, I think, overall in the long term.
Yeah.
But it was like just a little like not halfway down to touching the line yet.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's still in a big old uptrend, man. Like look at that
Yeah,
shit.
so
Big old
I tried
uptrend.
scalping it a little bit.
Oh,
So that's why I
you
switched my
did good.
time frame down to see if I could find a little rejection.
Dude, you did good, man. You did good. It's a beautiful, beautiful entry, man. And like you said, like we are in the overall down. This is why I told you guys, right? Like even if we are in the overall uptrend, right? Even a whole bullish market. For those of you guys that love to shorts, right? You bear fanatics. Just because we're in a bullish market and doesn't mean you can't fucking eat off of these shorts, right? There's always gonna be, and that's the beauty of playing both sides, man. This is why I train you guys to hit both sides, to feel comfortable playing both sides. Like literally, if you're not comfortable doing that shit, take one day to literally do, 5 trades, 6 trades, do 3 longs, 3 shorts every day. You know, paper trade it if you have to at the beginning, right? Like until you get comfortable because once you're comfortable and like once you wake up and you want to trade, and the first thing on your mind is not, oh shit, I'm gonna long today, I'm gonna short, then it's open playing field, right? Like now it's like, oh shit, well, what's the market doing? Oh, we're going down. All right, well, let me look for a nice little fucking support that I can bounce off of. Oh shit, we're running up. All right, well, let's look for a rejection point, right? Like you automatically, jump to something, that it's just running, right? Like, look, he jumped on a short on something that was just running up. Beautiful, right? Instead of trying to catch the long, because look, if he would have caught the long here, oh, he would have been screwed, man. He would have caught the very, fucking brunt of a downtrend. So he did it, played it beautifully, man. You wait for things like this to run up. Whenever you want your shorts, wait for those green candles, right? Like, look, green, 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 boom. Then you play your short, right? You don't catch it, try to catch it while it's coming down because sometimes you might, catch that support and then catch a nice little run up going up. But no, dude, you played it beautiful, man. Congrats. I love it, man. Like you got your trend break there, you got resistance, which was right there and exactly where it rejected off of, and it played out beautifully, my brother. Congrats.
Thank you, thank you.
My man. All right, guys, let's get back to Bitcoin. So again, just to go over, Bitcoin, we are going sideways, obviously, right? This week, I want to say if we can tread just a little bit more, man. I'm gonna put a nice big old circle around this area that if we can find, continue this little bearish channel, right? I mean, if it continues, it'll probably lead to somewhere around here. If we can get anywhere in this little entry right here, man, I would like to take it. I would like to take a nice little long, see how we do. And if fuck, man, if we do catch it and she decides she wants to run to fucking 25K this week, then guess what, dudes? We're gonna catch a mean fucking like real clutch 22 entry, 22 300 entry to something that can potentially run to 25, man. And if she doesn't, then of course, guys, we got our fucking stop loss right here, right? We can easily switch over to shorts because then if we do break this, look for these levels, right? Like if we're starting to break these 22s, then start looking again for our 20s as a nice strong support. We can even play this resistance right here as a support too, right? So, don't forget about that. This is why sometimes I tend to, even though it invalidates, quote unquote, invalidates your support zone, but bullshit, man. This is what Scrimmy was talking about earlier, right? How you'll be surprised, man, that if I fucking move this back, I'm able to see resistance points, right? And even though it's supposed to be invalidated and all this, but look how we resisted here, resisted here, resisted here, even though it got a little pokage, resistance right there, right? Like, look at all this clutter right here. Resistance came down, but they say it's invalidated, man. I don't know. I find that shit a myth, man. I like these zones. Like, this is why I like using these zones as supports and resistance lines because there is no invalidation for support and resistance, right? If you can put that shit right here and you had your line extended all the way to the left, then you'll see it instead of me having to like drag over the box like I just did, you know? So we're good, man.
Yeah,
We're
I
good.
wouldn't sleep on those guys.
Huh?
I said, yeah, I wouldn't sleep on those guys.
No, God, no. God, no. God, no.
Like you said, people say they're invalidated, but I mean, it shows that they're not.
Dude, I love just literally, sliding it to the left sometimes and seeing just, hey, let me see what I can find to the left. Let's see if we can find some more, resistance to the left. And dude, not shit, man. A lot of the times you'll see it, man. You'll see it, man. Yeah, like even this, and I'm starting to look at it, and I'm starting to see a little bit of resistance there, that line up with this supply zone. So, we'll keep using it as that support and resistance and, figure it out, man. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'm pretty bullish on Bitcoin this week as long as we stay above this demand zone. Obviously, we're in a bearish channel, which, well, I want to say since Friday. No, since Wednesday. Damn, Thursday. I want to say, yeah, more Thursday. Since Thursday, fine, right? Friday, Saturday, weekend drift, which hasn't happened in a while, man. I'm not gonna lie, we haven't had things come down on the weekend like this ish, uh since a while, man. I want to say, but it's fine, right? As long as again we're still boxing in, we're not breaking support levels. We don't have to pull the fucking bear hats back on and go back to a bear season again. For now, everything is still pretty bullish. We just saw the watch list is like half and half, and it's been doing that for a few days. That's how we know that things are just kind of like consolidating. You got half your coins red coming down, you got half your coins green still pushing up. So Consolidation is not bad. As long as we're not getting breakdowns of supports, in my opinion, I think we still hold this and we wait for that next move to, do exactly what we've been doing for almost 2 weeks now, right? Which is running up, finding, breaking levels, right? Finding support, not breaking down, boom, finding another floor, level two right here, right? Same thing, boxing in, boom, rushes up to level three, right? Like every time we come to a new level, we're not coming down. So what keeps happening? Consolidation, consolidation, level four, right? Consolidation, consolidation until hopefully we reach level five, which would be a blessing because again, that's just good. It's good for the market all around, man. Like I think everybody's been pretty happy. I want to say, with spots. My spot is fucking great right now. Super happy I took advantage of that dip, right? When Bitcoin was down there with Matic. I'm up 30% on my Matic spot. I'm up 1% on my Doji. I still think I bought that too high, but again, that one is more of a gamble or just some fun shits and giggles. I threw like, a few $100s in there to see what happens. If it runs, it runs. And with that one, I'm really waiting on an unexpected. Oh shit! Look, Doji ran up like it does. Shib has been doing the same thing lately. The last few days, I want to say Shib has just been making some crazy, crazy runs. So that's what I'm expecting with Doji, man. One day, again, I haven't even charted it like that. That one is just a whim. One of those things that it's been a while. I mean, when I did buy into it, I did chart it, and it was a little bit overbought, right? And after that, we had the dip, so I was down like 20% on that one. Um, but we're right back, and that just shows you how quick this market can come back. So maybe on the next dip I see on Doji, I will be adding, again, just fun money, man. Money that I don't mind, that I work my ass off for, put to the side, and hey, I want to try something out with Doji, man. Like that's all that's about it. And if it works out, then fuck, it works out. You know what I mean? But yeah, look, I'm up here. I'm pretty high at the 91 area, right? We're at 91 right now. So again, I'm only up a percent. Not the best entry. Honestly, not the best entry. I was looking at levels down here with the six when it did come down, and I fucking didn't pull the trigger, guys. Fuck me, I didn't pull the trigger. And I shit you not, like on everything I love, I was looking at Doji at 0.06, man. 0.65, and I did not pull the trigger, and we're back to the 90s. So that's already 30 cents, right? Like point 3 cents. That had already moved, which is fine, right? 90, we're at 0.09 now. I mean, we know where this thing could go to, right? We've seen all it takes
I
is
got a
one, two.
question for you, Kenny.
Huh?
I got a question for you.
What's up, brother?
Um, on your spot,
Yeah.
like you were just talking about that because I was thinking about that earlier.
Yes, sir.
Like, yeah, like when we do free shares, like we chart it and do all that stuff. And of course, probably on your spot, you're charting it too. But how are you like deciding where your entries will be for your spot?
So doing just this, brother Wasp, man. So I'll do my Matic, right? USDT. And that's the thing, man, that it's not easy trying to find entries on these things, man, because again, we never know with these things, right? However, one of the things is that, and I started with Matic now. I've been doing this for 3 years, guys. I just bought Spot now, right? And I bought it before, and I've just never kept it because I've always felt that I've always bought these things too high. Reason I took finally advantage of Matic now was because I missed all of this, right? I was there when it was before it did all this, never bought into it, didn't know much about it around this time, right? When I really started looking into it was around this time. Oh shit, it was already at its peak, right? Then I saw it come down. I was like, ooh, I'm not touching that, So then it finally started coming back up, and I saw the growth Matic had, right? Like I seen these nice runs in Matic from day one. I've never understood what it was, didn't care, but I knew how to read charts, right? And I would always see and always been told that whenever you see a growth chart like this, right? Whenever you see a nice incline in your growth, it's something you want to invest in, right? So I would again, Matic has always just been one of my favorites based off of charts, right? And I've seen Matic hold a lot better than most of these other coins when we had all of this, right? A lot of these other coins, they went back down to here. They opened up at like $10, $14, and now they're at $4, right? So, if they're past that line of opening, to me, it's not a really good coin. Matic never did that, man. Matic opened up at about, cents, 2, 3 cents. The lowest it went to was 0.31, and it opened at 0.1, with 0.001, right? Like that was his lowest point that it hit when everything hit at his lowest point. So, which is why I knew I had to get out Matic, right? So when I finally did pull the trigger, um, I pulled it at 91, right? Let me see. I want to say it was the first time I saw it go over $1, right? So this was it was around here, okay? I saw it finally go over $1. I was like, oh shit, I need this thing. I need to get on under $1, right? Because again, I know what Matic could do. Matic could go up to the ones, the twos, the threes, and if we're supposedly making a new bull market, right? Then expect a new higher high because that's what happens in a bull market, right? You get your highs, people sell off, fine, right? You get your second chances to make a newer high, just like it did, right? This is a bull market, man. This is a perfect picture of a bull market, right? You can buy at the fucking pinnacle at the top, but if you hold long enough, you'll make money, right? It'll pass it at one point. So the potential on this bad boy right now to reach $3-4 is huge. You know what I mean? I think with the money I have in it, and I didn't put much. I put like what was it? I think less than 1,000. I wanted to add more. I just didn't get around to it. But I calculated that even if we get to the highs, I make about $145,000. I believe that's over 300% or something like that. No leverage. You know what I
Um,
mean? So hey, if I'm willing to risk about what was it, like five, six, $800, right, to something that could potentially hit about $100,000. So how do you find your levels? That's where these come in, right? That's where TA comes in. Now, the support, the resistance, and I've been staring at this bad boy bouncing off of this little low level at 70, 69, 70 for a while, right? This whole time, while all these other charts are doing this, they're doing all of this, dancing around. Matic has been holding this fucking level for a while, for a long time. Okay. And every time we get to these levels, man, we just bounce right back up, right? So, mind you, I shot myself in the foot the first time. I got in about 91 cents because I just wanted it under $1. Um, but then, I went back and looked at my charts and I had levels. What was it? I had this level, right? Hold on now. Where's my lines? Here we go. Whites. I had about three levels I was looking at. I was looking at even lower. I think, looking at 64. There we go. It was a 64. It was a 72, 64, 72, and I think it was an 87, right? So these are the levels that I was looking at, right? I was like, okay, well, I'm already up at 91, right? 98. So, I'm like, one, and I saw this resistance up here too at about 130. I'm like, if we pass 130, then I'm definitely adding, maybe a few hundred more. And yeah, it'll move my average up, but it's okay, right? Because now I'll have the money that I really want to invest in this. And from there I just leave it, or again, just wait for the dip, brother. Everything dips eventually, right? So if you're looking at these levels on Matic and you missed out your opportunity, or you think you missed out your opportunity, wait for the pullback, man. Wait for one of these levels to get hit again. Like, what goes up must come down. Even if we decide to run in a nice bull market, right, then what you're doing is you're putting it in a bullish channel. You're still looking for your levels. You're waiting for consolidation. Just because you start breaking levels doesn't mean you're just gonna throw your shit in there and forget about it. No, man, you wait for the pullbacks. Everything has a pullback, whether you're in bull mode, bear mode, or whatever mode, right? But eventually, people do take profits, and what does that do? That causes the price to come back down, right? Wait for that. Don't do what I used to do, man. I'm telling you guys from experience, one of my worst pet peeves is buying shit like this because I get so fucking excited when I see a big old green candle. I'm like, I gotta get on, goddamn. And I put my money in, and I shit you not, guys, out of the 4 times that I've invested in the past 3 years, anything I've ever bought was always here, man. I did with Tesla at one. Oh god, Tesla was my first investment. I put like 10 G's in Tesla. I took some of my savings and put like, it was 10, 20 G's in Tesla. Tesla was at 436 at the time. Very fucking peak. It had just made new highs. And I'm over here fucking, again, I didn't know. I didn't know about investing, right? I was still very beginning, so I didn't know. Invested 20 G's around that point, right? What happened the next few months? It came down to the point where my hands were shaking. I had talked to one of my friend and he was like, Kenny, I called him. I was panicking. I was like, dude, I don't know what the fuck to do. You're about to lose all this money. I was down more than half of my fucking port. Mind you, if I bought it up here with 20K, I only had like 3, 4 thousand at this point, dude. And I was panicking, man. I was like, yo, my wife is gonna leave me, bro. I don't know what to do, man. He was like, Kenny, do you believe in Tesla? I was like, yeah, of course I do, man. Tesla's one of the best fucking electric vehicles out there, man. Like just off the sales alone, it's something that it's gonna be big. And then of course I was looking at the chart. He's like, so then leave it, right? When you the beauty about spot and stocks is that you don't take a loss until you sell. That's it, right? Like you can have your money 10 years into something that went to shit that you completely forgot about, and that 10 years later, oh my God, they had new buyers and they're a new owner and they've revamped the whole company, and you come back and that shit is up here, and you never lost your money because you never took it out. You understand? So again, losses are in spot. And hold on, my daughter's calling. Give me 1 second, guys. My love, I'm in the middle of a class. I'm almost done. Okay. I love you, baby. Um, what else saying again? All right. So again, like with Tesla, right? Like I did that, man. Don't do that, guys. Like I'm telling you from experience. Wait for these things to come down, man. Even though when they look so fucking good, right? When you're seeing something like this, and it looks so fucking nice, and you're like, oh my God, do I gotta get on this? Believe me, man, that's what they're waiting for, man. They wait for shit like this to happen. I've seen this happen more than a million times in the market, right? Where just, and again, it doesn't matter what it is, stocks, options, crypto, fucking forex. These run ups, man, they're designed to catch people, man. That it's I want to say the psychological aspect plays in, right? Where you see something green, you see money, you see lotto, you see luxury, you see all the best things in life when you see this, right? But when you buy at the top, this is the results every time, almost every fucking time. Almost every fucking time is a reversal, man. And that was my problem, dude. At the beginning, everything I bought, dude, it was happening. This, luckily, like I said, I had a good group at that time that I joined that talked me off the ledge. Right, the guy was amazing, man. He was like, Kenny, if you believe in it, leave your money in there. I'm like, you sure? He's like, Kenny, do you believe in it? I'm like, yes. He said, then shut up, leave your money, and let's keep trading. And he was right. Fucking, it's a bull market around that time, right? So I want to say maybe 4 months later, I was back at entry. Another 2 months, I took about $5,000 to $10,000 profits, but I sold it all, right? Had I not sold it, Tesla that year went to 1,000, 1,200. I would have had a few million. But whatever, that's here, that's there, that's everybody has one of those stories where if they would have held, they would have left it in there, they would have had a few million. That was mine, man. I had over 20 G's in Tesla at 400 the same year that she topped out at 1,220, and then it came back down, and of course Elon brought it down with all his Twitter shit and everything, and then the split, and now it's where it's at, right? I think it's like at $100 or 200, I think, if that. So it happens to everybody, but I didn't know this before, right? I didn't know about levels. I didn't know about supports. I didn't know about demand zones. And this is what finally helped me make a good play, right? Yes, the first ball that I did on Matic was a little high. It was in the 90s, up here area, right? I was like, okay, I know what I'm doing, right? Like, it's I just want to get it under $1. And that was my whole point, right? And I did. And it ended up going down the next few days, right? Like, look, it did all of this shit. I was like, all right, well, now we're at demand. And excuse me, right when we were able to start creating this demand with this candle right here, with this lows right here, which is supposed to be a little bit lower, but we started to create a demand zone. I think it was this drop, I shit you not, where I was like, oh, okay, now let me add some more money. So my average went from being a 91, right? 91 point 91 cents. Now my average is about 84, 83 because I added money where we were at a low point. Right? Remember, whenever you guys add to your spots, it's just like us trading or DCAing on a trade, right? If my entries appear, if I can almost pinpoint the lowest fucking point of this trade, which again it was right here, and I almost averaged down it was at 72 cents I averaged down, so it was somewhere around here, right? If you can pinpoint that shit, then damn, dude, it's never gonna give you that exact entry because that would have been the beauty of you buying it the first time at that entry, right? You would have never had to really deal with anything. But again, we're human, we make mistakes, and we're still learning. This is a learning process, right? So, little high entry the first time. Second time I saw another opportunity, I took advantage of it and I put in more money, and that brought down my entry. So now my average entry is about 84. we're at 120. You know, I'm happy. I'm up 30% on my fucking spot. And when I shit you not, guys, the 30 years, excuse me, the 3 years that I've been doing this, I haven't been able to do that, man. Every single thing that I've always bought has been at the top, and then it goes down, and I had to take a fucking loss on it. Except for that time with Tesla, man. You know, thank God I was able to still get some money out of it. But then the next time, I think I invested in Workhorse, and it was the same thing. I bought at the top. You know, they had shit news. Kramer fucked it up with one of his speeches. Oh yeah, Workhorse, don't buy it, guys. And I wanted to strangle him. I wrote him all over Twitter. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Had to mention Workhorse, huh? And it went to shit, of course. And I took my money on. I took a loss. And I was like, all right, man. Well, but that's part of it, right? So, you know, if that answers your question, brother, yeah, man, you just, now that you guys, we do these classes, right? You guys are learning on a day-to-day basis, weekly basis, how to do these things, then these things will help you all around, right? Like not only day trading, fuck day trading, right? If you don't ever want to day trade again and you just want to take trading for a side investment and trade once a month or every few, you know what I mean? Like you can do that now, right? Because even if you create a new spot wallet and you want to start even where we're at now, you can do that, right? Because then you know that you're not gonna put. Let's say you have $100, you're not gonna put your whole $100 right now. You'll put 50, right, to see if it continues going. If it doesn't, I mean, excuse me, like 25 dollars. That's it. Start it off. It's a starter position, but at least you got your eye on it, right? Where if it goes up here, you make money. If it doesn't, then you know what? Your other $75 you got in the bank waiting for rainy days, waiting for those red days to come out. Hey, it decides, and look, we have a double top, so I wouldn't be surprised, if it starts coming down. We have resistance right here, right? So, this is where your rainy days come in, right? Look for these levels. Oh shit, if it comes here and it starts to show growth of it, maybe continuing in, then this is where I'll add. If it's not, if it busts right through that shit like a knife through butter, then these are the next two levels, right? But don't forget, we still got this demand zone that it hasn't broken in shit forever. Like let's measure it. I'll tell you right now. I always forget where I put this thing. Date range. Right? Since the minute we broke this supply zone at that time, which turned into a demand zone, but we've been running sideways here ever since, man. Fucking 200 days. 200 days. You see what I'm saying? Like it's Matic, it's not doing what every other coin is doing, man. A lot of these other coins didn't hold sideways like this, man. They all did all this, right? Like they all did all this nasty shit down and, bearish channels all over the place and going down and, double tops. Matic didn't do that, man. This is why. And again, to this day, you can ask me who's the president, who owns Matic, and I can tell you I have no fucking clue. Nor do I have any intentions on knowing who runs what, their market cap. I'm not that kind of guy, man. You guys want that kind of guy, find them, right? Like the guys that like to do market caps. That's not me, man. I'm a trend trader. I read charts, and from my understanding of trading Matic all these years and looking at his charts, it's one of the strongest holds, man. It's one of the strongest buys. So that's always gonna be my top between that and Ethereum. Always gonna be my two top suggestions. And anytime somebody asks me, hey, what should I invest in? Well, invest in Matic, invest in Ethereum. I think even Ethereum is almost a better, more safer trade, but Matic is a good one, man. All right, guys. So that I think pretty much wraps it up. Unless we want to go real quick over SPY. Like I said, we did have a breakout, right? Look, what was it? Thursday we had the breakout. Friday it was starting to come back down, but we still closed green. So if we start to hold on this little bad boy, shit. Hold on. There we go. If we start to hold this bad boy and start to use it as a freaking demand zone now, right? Because now that's it. It's invalidated. It's a supply zone, or it was a supply zone. It broke. We got 2 days above the break. If we can hold it now and start working as a demand zone instead of a supply zone, then bam, bam, guys, we might be in a nice little run, man. Nice green few days, right? But we'll see. We'll see. That is technically, and again, remember, we've been in this downtrend for a year, right? I think we calculated exactly from here till about here was 365 days exact. So we were in a fucking downtrend, bearish channel for a whole year. And we finally broke up. So, and these things aren't like fucking crypto, man. Like, this to me has a really really high probability of continuing either to run or having this little pullback, right? And bam, continuing to just make that breakout. Um, so that's what I'm looking for this week, man. As long as SPY stays, behaves and stays green, stays above this demand, then we can, pretty much say that, hey, I think Bitcoin might just get a nice little push up. And again, I'm pretty bullish, man. I'm pretty bullish. I want to get out of this bearish fucking channel though, but I also want to buy a nice long from down here too. So who knows, man? Maybe in the next few hours.
Hey,
What's up, brother?
could you check US 30, please?
US 30. Like that?
Yeah, Dow Jones.
This one right here? Oh, the Dow
Yeah,
Jones. Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they
Actually,
all
Nas
I was
also took that trend line, you know.
they had one trend that broke, right? Then you have downtrend like this. Almost got a bearish channel. It almost looks like it's like SPY. It almost looks like SPY. How remember look how SPY has this, right? It has that big old run, right? And this was the one that I think was we measured. It was almost 2 years. This run, right? Just beautiful, beautiful run for almost 2 years. Even during pandemic, it did. I think this, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but it did. It did. It had a nice run, right? Just like the Dow, nice run. Broke into that bearish channel, which it's forming here, just like it did with SPY. Like they have a lot of similarities. That's why as soon as I clicked on this, I'm like, damn, it kind of looks like the chart I was just on. But yeah, look, it's holding, man. It's has. Let me see. So actually, this one was like this at one point, right? Because before that breakout, you had these as your lower highs right here. So now it's starting to look a little better. Hold on, let me tighten these up a little bit. Now we got more of a symmetrical bearish channel going, right? Where this is what it was doing. Boom, rejection, bounce, bounce, breakout. This is what I'm
Yeah,
looking for on SPY, right? I want to see this.
I think now it's on a range, right?
Yeah, right now. I mean, right now, even I want to say after the breakout and the retest, it's looking goodish, right? You obviously want to see more green on a retest, but it's not like it's back, right? Like a lot of these things, what they tend to do on a breakout is they'll break out, right, and then they'll retest and take off, or they'll retest, but then they'll fall right back into the channel, man, and it'll continue doing this. Right now it's showing that it didn't do that, right? Like we had the retest on the breakout. Um, I wanted to say that from this, man, it should have probably led to at least newer highs, right? It should have got rid of these highs right here and started giving us new highs to really show a good uptrend, right? But it didn't, man. Like so, right now I think it's just like you said, it's just kind of ranging right here, a little bit of sideways, little boxing in action going. Let me see. I think I can even touch this right here. So yeah, right now it's just doing this right now, brother. Right now it's which is good, right? Like as long as it's not breaking back down into this channel, then that's good. That's good for the markets. Almost looking like BTC too. Shit. But yeah, right now, like you said, just pretty much ranging sideways, man. Little, nice little support area around here, 32.5. Nice little resistance area around 34.6. So as long as it continues to do this, you wait for the right move, right? You wait for a good breakout from the bottom, to short this, or you break it, break out from the top and start long and everything, man. If you gotta go break out from the top, because again, that'll just show you that all these things are probably gonna start fucking running too, man. SPY, Nasdaq is looking good too. I think I was looking at the Nasdaq yesterday. The Dow Jones is looking nice. The Russell I gotta look at too. I haven't looked at the Russell in a while. Yeah, man, they're all looking pretty decent, bro. They're all making those nasty breakouts from all these nasty levels that they were in, and that's what we need, man. We need a good market, man. We need a nice clean market. Look at Bitcoin already switching. Come on, baby. I'm almost inclined to get it. You see the non-patient part of me wants to grab this long, right? Even though we have ways to go, and that could be a nasty drop from here to there still. Um, But it's the weekend, man, and I swear to you guys, every fucking weekend I feel like we've been doing this, right? Boom, then Monday comes or Sunday night like tonight, and all of a sudden you'll see in a few hours a fucking big run, and I'm excited about that shit, man. I really feel like, watch, let me see if I can pinpoint it. Look, last Sunday, not last Sunday, but I think Sunday before, ran up at night. This one was Wednesday, no, that's Thursday. What was last Sunday? This is this Sunday now. Oh, this was last Sunday. Last Sunday it ran. Let's see if we can find the one before that. Sunday. What was it? Yeah, no, I didn't do shit. Nah, I guess it only was that one Sunday. I could have swore it was like 2 Sundays ago, man, where we just kind of fucking ran like this. But again, as long as I like these levels, man, I really do like these levels. As long as we hold, guys, I'm pretty bullish. We'll be looking for bullish coins or bullish alts this week. Which one are the ones I was running last week? I'm trying to remember, man. I didn't get to really pay attention to too much trading last week. Which one was the coin that was running? Sushi did its thing, and this is probably why it's at the bottom of the list. Man, look at that, man. That's what I'm telling you guys. This is what I want on Doji, man. As long as Doji does something like this, bro, if I can 3x my money, that's it. Like Doji is not one that I'm trying to hold for years and you get to wait till it's $2, $3. Fuck that, man. I'm gonna do like one of my friends taught me. He's like, Kenny, anytime you do spot or any investment, if you can triple or quadruple your money, take it out. Move it over to something else. Take your profits. Use what you invested, put it in the next coin, and and that's it. And keep just moving that shit around, man. And every time you double, triple, your money, get it out. Get it out. It did its purpose. Get it out. Move it on to something else, and that's it. All right, guys. I'm gonna go put my son to bed. I'm gonna look at some charts tonight. Definitely want to get into a trade tonight, so I definitely will be making a trade in the next few hours. I just want to make sure my son is good. Put him to bed. And like I said, if Bitcoin is still holding here, where is she? BTC, USDTP. If she's still holding here by the time I'm out of this room, my son, look, these things are oversold. Damn, but we just got the crossing. Fuck, I don't hope we hold these levels. Yeah, I think I will, man. Just because the daily still looks pretty fucking bearish, man. Daily still looks pretty bearish. So I guess I will hold on to these levels. We do have a nice little support here. Damn, I would like to really grab a long from here and see what it does. Maybe I will just do like even not even 100x, man. Maybe I'll do like again. I'll call it out, but if I do start one, look at how low your MACD is. Let's see the momentum. There we go. So momentum is dying. Okay. The only shit I don't like is the stochastic, man. But whatever. All right. Well, if put it like this, if I get to put my son to bed real quick early, before I get on the trade, I'll get on live and see if you guys confirm, and if you guys want to get on and see if we can find a few trades to maybe swing tonight, like we did last week. Last Sunday, I think I was up to like 2, 3 in the morning, man, and I swung over. Which two was that? Was and I don't like putting out two trades, but I put out what was it? Damn, are those two trades that the next morning one was up 100%, the other one was 80%. Can't remember the fucking names of them now, though. But yeah, we'll look at some more stuff and we'll see if we can if we could swing along, as long as Bitcoin matches. Can maybe swing something for tomorrow, man. Play it safe, of course. Maybe something near nice support. We look for that. Which one was it? DX? No, this was the day I was pissed. These two right here, the CRV and the XRP, the swings. That look. Those were on Sunday, man, and I forgot, bro. These things fucking ran. I'm bugging out. 143 and 106 last Sunday. And woke up to that shit on Monday. It was just fucking happy as hell. So we'll see if we can look for that, man. I think we can probably maybe just swing a nice long. I want to see if this daily starts to move, right? From like this extremely bearish fucking signals that is showing on all three indicators. If it could somehow or another within the next 20 hours, but obviously I'm not going to be waiting 20 hours, but at least I want to say in the next 4 or 5 hours. No, bullshit. I want to say in the next 2 hours. I want to see how it looks. If it at least somewhat lightens up, if this turns light, and we start seeing some buy, then I'll definitely get in a nice long and I'll swing it for tomorrow. If not, I mean, we still have a lot of fucking space, man. And daily wise, we're looking not too good. 4 hours is looking like we're oversold. Momentum is still kind of dead though, no? Momentum is dead. Yeah, momentum is still super red. Doesn't mean that the next one can't switch though. The next 4 hour candle, which starts, yeah. So maybe the next new 4 hour candle, we'll see how, and that's in the next 47 minutes. See how it reacts. I think we have. Let me turn on my ICT. See, okay, so Asia's in right now. All right, so Asia's still in the playing fields right now. They didn't do shit, right? They pumped a little, then they dropped, so they didn't do shit. They didn't do anything. So we'll see what London does. Maybe London will give us a nice little run for tonight or tomorrow morning. Because yeah, Asia really didn't do shit. Like it's exactly almost where they bought it at, where it opened, a little lower than what it opened. Um, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it, man. I'll hit you guys up in a bit. Let me put my son to bed, like I said, and maybe we can get on right back on and see if we can get one of these trades for tomorrow, and then we'll just swing it and call it a night. And I'll be on nice early in the morning tomorrow. All right, guys. Any questions? Any questions? Any charts you want me to go over before I skedaddle?
Sorry, real quick, could you look at LTC?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of trimming another 25% here.
Did it keep going down?
Yeah, I went from 20% to the most I was up was only like 33%, but then it kind of wicked and then spiked straight up, and now it's
Here we
on
go.
the 5 minute. It's a little sideways, but we're on a red candle right now.
Damn, went to all the way to TP3 too. Shit. Broke the see, but look, it broke the demand. See, so if you were still holding that shit after the first trim, saw that break, wow, went down. So you already took your first trim. It was right around here, I remember, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Damn, look, and it spiked right on TP3. Ain't that a bitch, right? Um, see what the 5 minute looking. Well, 5 is looking oversold, so wouldn't be surprised if we get some kind of bullish momentum here. 15. Hmm. Trying to find where the next demand strong support could be. Obviously, right here, there's one, but that's that's throwing a Hail Mary waiting for that one, right? And then you see right here on TP number 4, there is a lot of still nice consolidation. So you might, I mean, shit. Look, we did get one right off of that TP3, so maybe now you can probably start coming back up. And I mean, dude, you had a nice trend break right there. So then, okay. So you can also do this, brother. This is something I was playing with the other day, right? Now that you know you're in a downtrend, right? Try to see if you can identify the lowers. And that's the thing that you really can't because I don't think it's giving you enough to play with, right? Like you're only getting 2 touches here on the downtrend. So um, you know, my personally, if I see it break this, right, and actually close over, start heading past this demand, then yeah, I'm closing like I want to say maybe 70, 80% of that trade. And then leaving that last 10, 15% to do what it does.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You got it. All right, guys. My DMs are always open, man. You guys know that shit, right? Like tag me in the channels whenever you guys have anything you want to talk about, any ideas, any charts. And again, if I'm around, you guys know I will be answering them, sending charts. If I'm sitting in my computer, then I love to TA, man. So I'll be more than happy to TA anything you guys ask for, and I'll send it to you guys as soon as possible. All right, my mans. I will see you guys this week. Tomorrow, Brian is, I believe, is it the 10th? No, shit. I think he said the 10th. I gotta go back with Brian. Shit, I think he wanted to move it to the 10th. He has his live, and I'll touch up with him and I'll write in the announcements. But I think he wanted to move it to the 10th. If not, then yeah, I think we have Brian tomorrow for a few hours in the morning. Or I think he wanted to find out what time with you guys. Because even he said it, man. Like I think the last few times he's tried to do it in the morning, nobody really comes. So, you know, I think maybe later in the afternoon where everybody's less busy to do those lives will probably be a little more better. That way he can, get you guys in there. And guys, I've learned a lot from Brian too, man. Me and Brian, I've been trading longer than Brian, and I've learned shit from Brian. Brian has learned shit from me. Like this is why we encourage these lives, man. You'll be surprised how much things you guys can learn from all these different analysts. I just been busy with black ties, like crazy busy with black ties. But now that I have that connection with all of those guys, I was already talking with some of the team this week, and maybe we could start hiring some of those guys to do lives, starting this week or next week. So that's something we could definitely start doing. And again, if you guys don't know, Black Ties is the analytics server that we created, me and Stockfather. Um, and I mean, look, we got all these guys working with us. Really good friends of mine that I've been knowing for a long time, man. All top analysts, AR, fucking Bitcoin Bruce, KJ, everybody, man. So I can reach out to these guys, man. And I know some of them do live. So I'm gonna figure out which ones do, and then maybe we can start hiring these guys to start doing lives. Just again to give you guys a different taste, right? I don't want you guys to only see me and Brian and get tired of our faces every day, but at least seeing other traders every now and then, it's a good thing, right? You pick their brains, pick apart their trading, take what you like, take what you don't like, create your own stuff, right? And that's one of the best ways to do it, man. It's just by learning from different traders. So I'll try to, like I said, I'll try to get as many traders as I can. Just got to figure it out. A good schedule. I wanted to see maybe once a month or at least twice a month. We can do that, and we'll put that on the schedule. All right, guys. So again, thank you for your time. Appreciate you guys coming out as always. Let's keep grinding, man. Yeah, look at that fucker trying to break out as we speak. Again, it's not done yet, but it's trying. It's trying. It's definitely trying. Yeah, dude, that was a beautiful play, man. I really like your entry on that fucking trade, man. Dude, it looks like it don't even look like an entry. It just looks like a resistance line that I would put up there, right? Just to fucking show resistance, and it's your entry on a short that really, really performed beautifully, man. So congrats on that. Um, yeah, guys, man, hit me up if anything, man. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Let me go put my son to bed, and I want to come back and trade. All right, later, guys.